Okay. Welcome
Chaos is
to
with them.
Hello?
mm,
With
welcome
What's happening?
to
Action.
oh my god.
In we go. Right, go live now.
Welcome to Roll for Story, a Claude Coast arc, where we, a bunch of nerdy nobodies, play some Dungeons and Dragons. So last we
Cameron's
left
already
off,
done. He's given up.
you guys were in the. Where's Chad? Not. Where's Chad?
It's muted.
Chad? Is he playing?
No,
He's
he's
Even
muted.
muted.
Chad's had enough.
Out there.
I think Chad sat in the corner.
Oh my god. Alright.
Okay,
We're all complete losers. I'm gone.
live.
There we go.
Now.
So Chad is now playing. Speaking of Chad, there are a number of locations in which you can visit in Gaidia, the city of extravagance. There is, of course, the casino. Chad's casinos. He's actually parked up outside his shore on the actual port. So you can see his boat pretty much as you came in, with like this huge golden barge. There is, of course, the Grand Arena has already been mentioned once or twice. Why is my speakers cracking? Is that me as well?
Yeah, it's happening for everyone.
Bizarre.
What?
Crackly.
Chad
I'm
is
not hearing
crackling.
correctly then.
I'm not hearing any crackling.
Maybe I don't
Maybe
have...
the music is crackling.
Oh, I can hear it if I turn Chad up.
Yeah, that's
but
why I messed up.
I've got
I'll
him at
fix that in a
like
second.
50.
Okay, so because you've already done a bit of shopping already, I think Irina picked out some very cool cufflinks that enchanted with continual flame. Hopefully, giving that as a present to the vizier. And everyone got inside. Thank goodness. Everyone passed customs, although it got a little bit hairy. And some illusions were shown. Some chaos was sown as per usual, and you haven't even walked into the city yet, and it was already sending guards this way and that. But,
6
Ooh, I wonder who caused this.
hmm.
Six
Everyone
seconds.
looks at Llewellyn.
Yep.
Well, I'd be disappointed if he didn't try something.
Did you want Andy in jail?
She was
I don't
never
know.
meant
It may have had its uses.
Meanwhile, Kishan managed to get the fitting outfits, got a whole new set of accoutrement to more blend in with the citizens of Gaidia. And of course, what else? Oh, that's right. Picked up a new violin case for Andy, and you just briefly saw the Museum of Muses. And the last thing I remember was Llewellyn and Carius. They went to the Monster Hunters kind of shack, if you will.
Yep.
The seasoned veteran was now retired, and they seem to take great interest in the stories that you guys had to tell about all the different monsters you've killed and slain. And you actually managed to trade in a lot of the parts for a decent chunk of gold. Speaking of which, let's start there as well, because I think Llewellyn, there was one more thing that you wanted to check out, wasn't there?
He was supposed to give you a list.
Yeah,
Oh
we've
no,
already.
I've done all that. We did
Yeah.
that in the
But then,
behind the
but then
scenes.
you said that I'd be better off selling the wings at some sort of fabric place,
Yeah, or like costume designer, yeah.
which I'm happy to just expedite that and just be like, yeah, it's this much to use the wings to create fabric. But did we buy that necro bomb?
No, no, you didn't. But there seems to be something even more potentially dangerous than that. And that
Which
was, of
was
course, an
the
Andrew
Andrew.
Sphinx's lung, which still contains the third roar. They managed to slay it in time, just before it released its bellowing roar.
Yeah.
Which was
Gonna
like
cost you.
1,800 gold, I want to say, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's about that. And it's for good reason, because of course, it's literally like AD10 thunder damage. It literally is an explosion in a 500-foot radius.
Yeah.
Mad. Pretty mad.
I mean, it's tempting.
I honestly can't imagine using that anywhere without it being a kamikaze bomb.
Maybe not in the city, but you can find uses for it, especially in like dungeon environments and such. But
I mean,
it's here if you ever want to come
I'm
back.
resistant of thunder damage, and if I ever get to level 20 with this character, I'll also be immune.
And what else did they have? Or is that just
They did have a number of horns, which she would have gestured to again. Alhata is quite the craftsmanship when it comes to ivory, it seems. And one of them stands out above all of the others, above the rest. And it is gleaming with this sort of silver glint within the torchlight. And she notices it catches your eye and says, I see you're interested in something else, perhaps. That isn't just any drinking horn. This one you actually do blow, and it is more potent than any other horn you would have heard. In fact, so potent that even the souls of other hunters like yourself will heed the call. Before our party disbanded, each of us effectively imbued our essence into that horn. You could say we signed it each. And it will summon the spirit of their very hunting prowess to the battlefield for a time.
It's not going to be cheap, is it?
It is not. It is, after all, our campaigns. Our campaigns peak, our pinnacle of when we was at our best.
So how much have we got to come back with to get that?
Let me see here. Is there not a tag on it? Hold on. Turn it over. Might be behind.
Okay.
No? I must have fallen off. Probably got tired of people asking for discounts.
Oh, there's
Alright.
no price? It must be free.
Oh,
Ah,
get out. Okay, let's see here.
if Kashan was here, one would
Found
mind
it. It is worth
deal.
5,600 gold.
Alright. Wow.
Mm-hmm. But you can use it as many times as you like. And it doesn't require attunement.
Well, we may have to come back for that once we've actually, this is the wrong voice. What am I doing? Well, we may have to come back for this once we've earned ourselves a few pennies, as it were, a few copper, I suppose is the better parlance.
Very well. All right. Well, if that concludes our business.
Yeah. That wasn't Casimir's voice at all. Casimir's got a bit more of an accent than that.
Yeah, did you were interested in that necrobomb, weren't you?
Did you buy
but it's
that?
technically no, because technically it's illegal to carry it, but I'm keeping it in mind as a potential come back to get should I see a use for it.
No. Sure. Cool.
Currently,
Alright.
not quite at that stage. I don't know what I will do with a necrotic bomb.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Just so know, it's not like
plus-
necessarily a bomb, but it does do necrotic damage. It's sort of like
Plus,
an inverse holy water.
Plus, knowing it's there and it's illegal gives some leverage later.
You're saying that aloud?
no,
I'm
No.
right here.
No, that was just me explaining my logic. I will
Right,
message
right.
it to.
give us your stuff, or you're going in jail.
All
No,
right.
I mean, I already kind of hinted at that last time when we were discussing things. I'm like, wouldn't want anyone finding out about that now, would
Yeah.
you?
and even the party members that weren't here shook their head.
Yeah.
So other than obviously selling the wings, need to go to get ourselves a B&B license to open a hotel.
Okay, so yeah, in that case, as you're leaving, he says, yeah, sunbathe you and all that, and remember every kill. Because I want to hear the stories when you get back. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And you head through the chain link curtain and back
Yeah.
into the city.
Do you know, just because I'm feeling quirky, I'm just going to go, in the words of my good friend Kashan, may the day remain as spicy as you are.
May
Not
your
quite
day
as
be
well.
as spicy as the last, I have you know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I misquoted, but it had the same
Just
sort
keep
of
it going.
effect.
You've got to turn new low. It's like Chinese whispers here. I'm not
Can we
sure if
put
I've
that on a
offended you or not.
t-shirt?
Right, let's Right, you wanted to go fabric shopping? What, are we getting some curtains?
We can. We don't actually have to go into the shop for that. We can just say we went and then we went to the next place.
Yeah,
It's
honestly, it might be worth meeting up with everyone now and just seeing what our next goal is, because we've got a few options. Obviously, Arena's got their whole meeting thing, but we don't know when that's going to happen. We've also got the arena as a possible place to get
Yeah.
money or some renown.
but
I have to actually see what the big prize of that is, and then we've also got the casino.
but also I need to know where I can find diamonds for one. So the jewelers is a place to go,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and we don't know,
You probably want to go to the mall for that.
and we don't know how long it takes to set up a license to open a B&B to make some
Yeah.
money. We need to sort of
Mac,
get that rolling.
having been someone who's been here before, Chris, and having obviously dealt on like a marketing sort of side,
Mhm.
would I know the sort of places where you would go to get that sort of license?
Yeah, there's all kinds of places you can get licenses, but the issue is it's going to take a long time to process. But if you have higher connections, maybe you can expedite it.
Yeah.
The
So
vizier.
yeah, so probably what we should do, Llewellyn, is probably going to take a little while for that to process. But if we can get it started, then we can maybe get Irina to lean on the vizier a bit, and maybe that might get us somewhere.
Yeah. So let's go to the jewelers quick, find out if they have any diamonds, and then we'll meet
Yep.
up with the rest of the people.
Okay.
They were going in
Funny
that
enough,
direction
I
anyway.
would say you actually encounter the rest of your allies because they might have been around that area just recently.
Yeah,
So
'cause
yeah,
it'd be the mall, wouldn't it?
you would have seen Irina and the others who have just come out. They've got a little gift basket, gift wrapped piece of jewelry, but they are heading into the museum. They'll probably catch up with you in just a moment, so you can reconvene after that. But as you head into what looks to be, what was it called? It was the Glinting Amber. An Earth Genasi meets you called Gamadar. And he kind of gives you this kind of monotone expression and tone of voice and says, if you're looking for diamonds, I'm afraid they are in short supply. But
Really? Thought,
what do you mean, really? Yes, diamonds are the rarest of all things. Many clerics come by and sweep up any stocks before they have time.
that makes sense.
And you've got the scalpers who,
Scalpers?
they simply buy up the diamonds and then sell them at a higher price somewhere else.
Would you know where there would be diamonds?
Crypto farmers. Anyway, there would be some if only they were on show. I believe that that new aristocrat in city has since been gathering them up as well. More for the prestige than they're perhaps monetary or clerical value. I'm of course talking about Chadwick or whoever he is.
Ah, yes, the casino guy that we've seen rumors about. Well, it looks like if you're looking for diamonds, we might have to win them.
Llewellyn lets out the largest sigh ever at the name Chadwick.
I'm going to at this point shift into Terran. Is the Earth one right?
Yep.
And be like, well, that. Actually, let's try different words. Well, that being said, have you got any in stock?
We
Just
have not.
but
You are.
not even for
You'll
one
probably
such
have
as
even. He says you're probably going to have more luck finding the crystal cave than you are winning diamonds at that place.
Wait, does everyone know about the Crystal Cave?
I know the crystal cave.
Well, do you know much about it? One of our friends is interested, so might as well
I
gather the
do.
information whilst
But
we're
it
up
is
here.
not for your earthly kind to find. It belongs to the earth, Genasi. Belongs to the planar, to the plane of earth itself.
We don't want to pillage it of its gems. It's supposed to apparently give him some sort of inner peace or something
One,
like that.
have you ever heard of a man by the name of Ladorvu? That was it, right? That was the.
I have not.
Stones everywhere.
Have you heard of the Frozen Flame?
He shakes.
Well, this Ladorvu guy, he basically traveled the world and the planes and sort of a pilgrimage sort of thing. And I believe, from my understanding, he went to the Crystal Cave and gained some knowledge or insight there. And our friend, being part of his order, is trying to basically go on that journey, gain some understanding, and perhaps take a further step beyond what Ladorvu was capable of during life.
And did he return from there?
Apparently,
Yes,
so.
I believe that wasn't the final place because he traveled from there to the monastery in.
I'm surprised. And
He left scriptures behind, so we assume he survived.
he did not leave a location, of course.
No, I feel like he probably respected your culture too much not to give away such things.
Such is the Crystal Cave anyway. It resides between worlds, overlapping with the plane of Earth.
So a demiplane.
Of sorts. It seems the veil has weakened, or in this term, I would say cracked. But the Earth plane is shifting. Tectonic plates may have moved its location.
Yeah, I heard rumors that it was appearing about 10 or so years ago near the mountains of Veldrador and Palthor. But if this is to a demiplane, does that mean that whatever cave is spawning is more like a portal?
I would believe so. But if it does lead into the Earth plane, you'd best make sure you have a way to breathe.
Breathe?
The Earth plane is not known for its hospitality. The environments for your kind are deadly. You may suffocate or get crushed.
Oh,
It's
that
like
would not be
others
the
have found the Crystal Cave and never returned.
Ooh.
Speaking of crystals, this is a bit of a long stretch, but do you know much about salt?
of most Earth Genasi know a lot about all kinds of minerals. But yes.
The reason I ask is we found, well, sure you aware of it, having lived here for a bit, the crab's gem.
Hmm. There's a
And
smile that kind of goes over his face. Yeah, I've heard the rumor.
And whilst we were there, we found this pool of exceptionally salty water, and there appeared to be some sort of riddle, like something. I was wondering if maybe you'd heard anything that, like stories or anything.
I've not been there myself, but plenty of rumor and superstition surround the crab's gem. That it was once a precious gem, but visitors have confirmed it since it is simply just salt. Although, if you found water, I'm not sure that it'll be at least, what's the word? Purified by the salt. Must
Yeah.
be high in potassium. Probably necessary for a lot of cooking or even wild animals who need that intake. But still.
You know, I did just think of one other thing actually.
Hmm?
Do you know much about fulgurite?
Let me roll his little check here. Try that as a
That's
d20 instead.
Deep purple.
Yeah, he's that knowledgeable. All right. So, yes, I am aware of fulgurite, though it isn't worth anything, I'm afraid.
Well, it's not so much its monetary value I'm interested in. It's more its symbolic and almost, I suppose, spiritual value to some extent. The bit of fulgurite in particular that I have is created by a blue dragon's breath. And
That would make it a bit rarer.
And I've been tasked with a rather interesting challenge by my father and my sister to try to see if there is a way to convert this fulgurite back into the lightning from which it came.
That would be impossible. It sounds like your father is pulling a prank on you.
See, if it was anyone else, I'd probably agree, but I've never known him to crack a joke in his entire life. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably the biggest joke of his life.
Oof.
Self-depreciating humor there.
Yeah. Well.
It's fine. I was just
Thanks for a
curious.
moment. There are places where such anomalies are possible. He actually goes over and he's going to pull out what looks to be a document, or it's a book on effectively different types of gems and such. And this one seems to be gems from like different planes of existence. And in there is a diagram which he points to and says, anomalies can occur when planes overlap. There are transitive planes between earth and fire and water.
Mm-hmm.
And he gestures to them, citing that there is effectively between water and earth,
A lot.
effectively like a mud plane.
Yeah.
And between earth and fire, there is magma and molten. And he says it's here that all kinds of precious gems are forged by the pressures that the fires and the volcanoes emit. But it's not impossible that somewhere between air and he points for a second and seems as though he kind of hesitates. I'm looking for a lightning plane.
There is one, isn't it? Isn't it between air and water? Or is it air and fire?
Air and water
Alan,
would be something
look,
else.
Between water and fire is steam.
There's a picture you sent me a lot.
Actually, air and water is ice.
Yeah. There is a No, it's between. It's between. It's either negative in air or positive in air.
Ah,
I
yes,
can't remember which.
of course. And for that, he puts that book away and pulls out another one, and pulls out a diagram that does represent. This is a much more complicated one because the other one's very easy to understand. It's like a wheel that just has 4 planes and then the 4 in between it. However, this one looks like it has a diagram of lines that interchange and overcross, and it looks a little bit more complicated to see. And he kind of even scratches his own kind of stony head for a moment and says, "Ah, yes, lightning is when the air and plane of positive energy overlap."
Mm.
Positive meaning sort of light, radiance. Some people call it the elemental plane of radiance. Some call it positive.
Huh. That actually might be part of the puzzle now that you've said that. And just for even bringing that up, because I hadn't considered that, I'm going to give him 4 gold pieces.
Oh,
Just
thank
for
you.
even providing that, because it just is an out character thing. I'm now thinking, because one of the steps of this is obviously the religious side, which would be the closest to the positive energy side, which is the cleric half. So it's like finding that meeting point between the cleric and the sorcerer, I suppose, in order to do that. And then, because I've done the sorcerer part, now I need the middle ground, and then I need the cleric part to finish it off, I think. And that,
Starting to believe. It would seem as though, yes. With energy, however, the elemental planes of chaos, it is almost as tumultuous as the conflux arena itself. It gestures, if you haven't seen the arena already, I highly recommend it. But it teaches us that elements are not just set in stone, they can be assimilated back into that pure, raw energy and turned into something else. But you cannot skip from earth to air. Energy must transfer through one plane to another. And he kind of gestures towards the diagram. If you wanted to go from earth to air, you would need to go from earth to mineral, then from mineral to radiance, from radiance to steam, and then from steam to air. I think that's my understanding of it.
so
Why am I schooling you?
from what you're saying, so you would say this Volgarite is currently a representation on Earth, or would you?
I
mean,
would, yeah.
Okay, but it's kind of Earth combined with lightning, which
Somewhere in the middle. Perhaps there is
Yeah.
transitive planes between transitive ones.
Yeah. Would do you mind if I had do you have a copy of that elemental plane chart with like all the extra positives and negatives and the crossovers?
Do not have a copy, but I would sell you the book.
How much?
Hmm. Let's think. 25 gold.
You know what? I was actually hoping you would say that because that's a nice number for me. So, yep, 25 gold.
Knowing what you know now about Volgarite being a gem created by Dragon's lightning breath, what would your value of that be?
Unfortunately, it doesn't have much monetary value in terms of able to turn into jewelry, but it's more of a collector's item. Depends really on the buyer. I would have to price it up myself because I do not usually sell in Fulgurite. You're better off finding a fossil merchant.
Okay.
Just being sent from shop to shop.
No, but
Well, yeah, well, everyone has their specialties.
Well, I guess are we done?
I think you're done. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
the only
I-
other thing I was thinking of asking was about the arena. Not so much details, just what's the prize if you win at the arena?
That depends on the event and the buy-in of all the contestants. But
Hmm.
I would say usually it's a hefty pot. Not just anyone can walk into the arena. Takes years of training. So yeah, he's not talking in hundreds of gold. Probably say in the thousands.
Okay, worth
Oh.
keeping in mind.
So yeah, should we leave then?
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
done here.
And I say to him as we leave, may your day be rocky and jagged. And we
That's
leave.
not what we say.
No, but it's what a friend would
in-
say.
In Terran, I say, may the earth beneath your feet never falter. That sounds like a positive.
That does sound more fitting.
I'm
And
just
if you're saying it in Terran as well, you get bonus points.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I love being able to speak primordial. It comes up weirdly often.
we're gonna come up with a Kashan like phrase for each
May your gravel may ever be crunchy.
okay. So at that point, you guys in the Museum of Muses, we'll call it, the rest of the group you can see from your side have just exited out their shop on the mall. You're on the same level effectively, and you can see them from over the other side of the balcony, inside this massive, like several story mall. Here we go.
Irina! Irina!
What?
We found you!
Good
Found
for you.
What you buying?
We're looking at the museum.
There's a museum in a music shop?
It's a museum.
Oh. I probably didn't say it loud enough. Oh!
You can probably
I
just
don't-
tell by your face. Oh.
We'll go over it.
More annoying.
Do I look like somebody belongs in the city?
No, it doesn't. So everyone, you're probably gathered up again at this point. If you have any direction or things to discuss. Up to you.
You look like you've just
Yeah.
insulted somebody. What did you do?
Well,
That's
he.
just his face.
Well, we.
That's why I ask.
we decided to say. Well, he decided to say farewell to an Earth Genasi in how he thought you would say goodbye to them.
Did you mention about that gravel? They hate it when you say that.
No.
No, he said that may his day be rocky and jagged.
Oh, that's not that bad. That's pretty normal, actually.
That kind of doesn't sound like a good thing. If
Doesn't.
your day is jagged, that's like pretty rough going.
But are they meant to be in
I told a fire genasi, may his day be as spicy as he is.
like
It's close
It's
enough.
not quite your words, but
isn't being rocky and jagged like what the earth elemental's about?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
like if a rock is jagged, then it's broken.
oh,
No, it's sharp, which means they're smart.
Kashan, I actually spoke to him about that crystal cave you're looking for.
Oh, really? Somebody has spotted
Yeah.
it.
Well, it was more he mentioned it, and so I decided to ask some details. Apparently, it's kind of like a crossing point between our plane and the Earth elemental plane,
A demiplane.
and
Okay.
and also apparently when you go there, make sure you bring something that allows you to breathe. 'Cause
Okay.
the
Did
air
they
isn't very hospitable.
say anything in terms of like an entry point or a doorway or?
Well, Llewellyn said he heard it near the mountains of Veldrador back near Powerful, but that was about 10 years ago.
That's
And
useful. That we
and-
need to find this goblin who has the rest of my scrolls.
But according to the Earth Genasi in question, apparently the movement of the tectonic plates cause it to shift. So potentially, one way to find it may be to work out roughly where it was and then speak to someone who's knowledgeable about that sort of thing, and then maybe they could calculate where it will appear next. After this sort of
Well,
time.
I need to find my scrolls in to be able to even get these clues as to what
Yeah.
I'm going to be even facing there.
Like a
Also, if we want diamonds, we need to go to the casino.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
in fact, what was the name of that goblin? Because surely in a place like this is where we're going to find it. I mean, people are selling all manner of things here.
If it's stolen items, your best bet would probably be to look outside the city walls. Apparently, that's where the more dodgier trades go on.
The last we
Okay.
remember them going was into some sort of forest through the portal.
Well,
Well, perhaps we could find somebody who is able to scry, so we can take a look and find that.
certainly not a bet. Yeah, but you've got Llewellyn, he can do that.
And you haven't been scrying on them this entire time. Wow.
You-
What do we
you've
pay
not-
you for?
You've not asked me, and apparently it's really creepy to spy on people.
Yes, when you do it, which is why I'm asking to find somebody else who can scry.
Oh my god.
Also, thank you for noticing my new outfit. And I storm off.
I was getting to that. I thought you'd be more interested
It's
in
too
the
late
information
now.
we found you for. Egbert, you look fantastic.
It cracks a little.
And Kashan, you look.
I say it, I mean Kashan. Kashan cracks a little.
And Kashan,
Yeah, his
in
knuckles.
the words of the Fire Genasi, you're looking very spicy today.
Please never, ever, ever use that phrase if we ever, ever find my Aunt Smolder.
I'm not going to. I'm just using
He
this
did
to watch.
punch me in the face.
And it hurts.
I know how to speak to these sort of people. It's sort of part and parcel of the job, you know,
Do
doing
you-
the whole
Do
trade
you
thing.
really? I'm starting
Yes.
to wonder.
May your
I'm
fire
the one who got into here perfectly and managed to do basically the secret handshake, and he's like, "Yeah, come in, mate." I'm not the one who had any problems.
Could
it
be
was
worse.
Kashan who did the wrong thing.
You could say to an air genasi, whoever smelt it dealt it.
No. No.
Like,
That's race.
That's really...
Tumbleweed just goes by.
I think I've got to go back into the museum.
I think I might join you.
I thought
Yeah,
we were going to the casino.
we do. Either the casino or the arena. The arena seems very interesting.
well, in
Aye.
order to enter the arena,
The
we're gonna
arena
need
does look
a
kind
lot-
of fun.
we're gonna need more money, so it might be worthwhile going to the casino first, building up our funds, and then going to the arena.
But aren't you still rolling in it?
No, I had to donate that to the dragons.
All of it?
To our... Yes.
Just to get an audience with them without them eating you alive. Yep.
Doesn't that mean that Llewellyn is going to be the richest next?
What do you mean?
I have 300 gold pieces left, but I bought a book. Big book.
I have 270.
I need to get a diamond. So if any of your asses die, I can bring you back.
Oh, you have no money at all.
I spent it all on bread.
She has a dragon's sword in her pocket.
Oh, someone, just as a random thing, someone complimented our stream setup.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
And I
Aw.
responded.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank
You
you.
would also have music, but our music went a little bit crackly earlier, so I'll fix that on the break. But okay,
Alright.
so yeah, you've got two different directions you could go: the casino or the arena. If you want to head to the casino first, then you need to head back out of the city
Yeah.
and towards it.
Can we head to the casino by a place where we can start the processing of our B&B?
Why are we starting a B&B?
No, we need to do that with. No offense, Irina. We need your help to expedite opening.
But what we do is we start the process first, and then when the process is in place, then we ask for the vizier's help to speed things up.
You're asking me to ask for a favor.
Maybe.
Well- Okay.
Is that what's happening here?
A little bit.
All right, I want the robes back then.
That's fine. I'm only trying to make money.
Take it off. Take it off. Take it off.
Not here though.
Take
I just want you
it.
to remember this moment when I actually seriously asked.
Exactly. If he takes them off here, I think you'll definitely remember it.
You're going to scar Andy for life.
I'm not actually doing that.
I think you're going to
So-
scar everyone for life.
So am I understanding this correct, Irina? You'll do this favor for him, providing he's willing to give up the robes whenever you ask.
Yeah, essentially.
No deal. It's fine.
I mean,
I'll-
I'm pretty sure they belong to you anyway, and he is just borrowing them, so
Look,
that's
to be
kind of
fair, they're
already
not
the
mine.
case.
Yeah.
Well, by inheritance.
Malone isn't dead.
How about this? I will be happy to give them up
Okay.
when we find their actual owner,
That's literally what I said.
under the condition that she doesn't turn out to be evil.
She's not evil.
You don't know what might. People change. This is the only caveat. Under the condition that she isn't evil. Because she was rolling with beholders.
But she did also have
Roland.
Egbert with her robes as well.
With her rolls.
But yeah,
I had rolls.
that is the only change to the deal. I will be happy to give them up so long as she doesn't turn out to be bad.
Do you know what? Keep them, and Irina walks off.
Man, you fucked up.
I think people change.
Right. Either way, Irina, are we going to the casino or are you going somewhere else?
I don't know, but someone make a decision quick before I'm gone.
Right, let's go to the casino. We can gamble, we can listen to probably really bad music, and we can just enjoy ourselves.
If there is bad music, I am leaving.
Just get up on stage.
I was going to say you could take off.
Or what we could do is
I'm
if the
trying
music
to
is
keep a low
bad.
profile, remember?
Well,
That's true.
I do know this guy, and I can say his music isn't the greatest. He lost a bard off to a very low experienced bard.
She wasn't that low experience. She was like level 8 at that point.
Which is no, I think he was like level 6 or 7, but still, that's quite low compared to what Chad is.
He's got something to say about that. But first of all, you're gonna have to get there. So,
Yeah.
okay.
This would actually be interesting because Llewellyn's actually met Chad in character.
Twice.
we have twice, yeah. One kind of informal and then one formal.
Right, to the casino of Chadwick.
Okay. All right. Chad knew, but yes, I obviously he didn't know.
The
So
elemental called him Chadwick. That is his name.
he did, yeah. Didn't care who he is. All right, so for heading there, oh my goodness, it's still quite early in the day, isn't it? Or is it? No, actually, technically, you've been traveling. Yeah, you traveled by a boat and then arrived kind of later on the afternoon. But also that you spent pretty much the rest of the day shopping. It's coming to about evening time. Perhaps you get a bite to eat within the mall itself. I imagine you're starving. Um,
And he's
but
always starving.
and there's
Starving orphan.
and in addition to that, if you wanted to expedite the process, we'll say that you can get all the documents and like initial ground level of it started. It will
For
cost you 50 gold pieces though, Levin.
for the licensing, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Did-
that process usually takes like up to 2 weeks. It can be quicker, but of course that's hopefully where irony comes in.
If
So-
irony comes in.
All
That's
right.
fine.
Now, yeah, mark off 50 gold there.
I have done.
Cool. All right then. So for heading to Chad's casinos. Oh my goodness, been waiting for this for a little while. Okay, so let's run this. As you head back out into the docks, you see a number of the guards with the blue bands, sort of watching in a direction. They actually are looking in the direction of this large golden ship. The entire vessel just bleeds extravagance and opulence. Yeah, they seem to be eyeing it up kind of warily. You can hear them maybe overhear a conversation about them saying, "Ugh, this is, I swear this is bad. Not only have we got more of our job to do, harder to police, but I swear it's bringing in the wrong crap. It could be pirates aboard that vessel for all we know, trading their hoards." And he says, "Yeah, well, that's probably why he decided to set it up in the dock. Easier to avoid the police, effectively."
Is this Genasi saying this? Sorry.
Yeah, there are two Genasi, kind of wearing like blue bands, but they're clearly guards.
Don't worry, we'll check it out. Says
Yeah,
Lavelle with
Karis,
the iPad.
Karis is going to walk up to them and address them in Ignan and just be like, excuse me,
Hmm?
couldn't help overhearing what you were saying. Didn't mean to eavesdrop, just heard you talking. We're actually heading over there. I was wondering if you're worried about any shifty goings on, do you want us to have a look round and report anything to you if we see anything? You know,
They look at each other for a moment, and then they turn to you and they say, "That would be helpful, yes. But
Alright.
they've chucked out people for less in the casino. If you're
Well,
like trying to snoop around, they have a number of hired bodyguards, mercenary types as well."
yes, well, they have not, well, they've not dealt with the likes of us before, and besides, one of our companions has a prior affiliation with them. Not necessarily a good one, but I feel like we could be something we could leverage potentially.
And I can go in disguise.
If you
A lot
disguise
of
yourself
these,
as a Stellar, I'm going to slap you.
No, I'm a pirate too.
a lot of criminal underbellies use this kind of facade as a face for a meeting point and such. If you do find any, report it immediately to us. We shall deal with it.
Of course. Well, we're not the police, we're just tourists willing to help.
Be careful. Like I say, all kinds of types are attracted by gold.
That's true, but
Adventurers like yourselves. I assume that's why you're going.
well, we're more going for
Nostalgia.
gemstones and such, and also we've heard the music is interesting.
Yes,
But
we've had plenty of complaints already.
even then, I'm just trying to think of a way to phrase this. What worth is a gemstone's beauty compared to the fire that is the sun?
You don't need to flatter us.
It was more. Honestly, I don't put that much value in gems myself, but
Kisses.
I like. I'm more of a moon person, but
As our cat friend would say, may it spice, and I walk off.
It's worse and worse.
I just sort of. I'm actually going to look at them. I'm like, just out of curiosity, because I've just heard this phrase going around. How offensive is it to a fire genasi to refer to you as spicy?
That's pretty offensive. I'm probably going to have to take him in.
I will keep that in mind. Don't worry, I will reprimand him thoroughly. I shall.
You can tell he's joking, but you know.
Karish just goes with the joke and goes, "I will revoke his reading privileges immediately."
Kashan
sure
bursts
we do.
into the room. Yo, what's going on, my spicy?
No.
Right. Okay, so technically, none of you apart from Kashan could understand what I was saying. Then Andy may have a rough idea.
Andy does
Yes.
though. She is fluent.
I am fluent.
Yeah.
I have an auntie who was a fire genasi.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So the two criminals understand what I'm on about, but no one else does.
Great stuff. Tell him to keep it down past 11.
Oh, I'll try. Wait, keep it down past Llewellyn? Oh, wait,
11.
Right, alright. So, you're heading towards the casino. So, it is getting darker at this point, I'll say. And as you head up, there are two very large lanterns that illuminate a huge ramp that is carpeted in red silk. And there is two bouncers at the door. One of them is a very tall Earth Genasi. He is wearing like plate armor. He has his face kind of revealed though, and he's got his hair tied back in braids. The other one is a very stern-looking fire genasi whose hair isn't just a big load of fire. It's kind of been trimmed down. It looks much more like controlled and short, and there even seems to like be a little bit of magma like dripping down one of his lips, kind of forming like a fiery beard almost. And they kind of fold their arms and look towards one another as you guys approach.
Hello.
And you can already hear the music as you're approaching. The sound of like thumping, decking, sound of what sounds to be like trumpets and wind instruments from inside can be heard from here. But the whole ship is incredibly vast. It still has its mast. The sails are obviously not strong, but there's like gold filigree all along kind of balconies, and a lot of imagery in like the Maidenhead as well. In fact, let's give you an image that you can still see. If anyone wants to roll a religion check, they can, because they might actually recognize the Maidenhead as a particular goddess.
I was about to say, it's Chadney with his top off in it.
That I would not put it past him. That is something totally Chadney. Yes.
Wow.
Hey, nice. Okay. Not a particularly hard spot. In fact, there's a few key things that you can recognize. because this is a very well-known god, and the showering of gold, accompanied by this kind of like long hair, the headpiece kind of encrusted with gems as well, is a sure sign that this is Timora, the god of fortune, and she is praised throughout many different lands, many different worlds even. Timora is one that kind of transcends the world because she is, of course, god of fate almost, fortunes more like, but still, many pray to her in hopes of getting good luck. Many wells have her imagery on them. People kind of like toss coins.
Well,
When-
obviously Porky, who like follows Timora's blessings and has the tattoo of the four-leaf clover on her face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can even see there are definitely kind of images of that as well. And I thought I had an image somewhere around here. But...
Toss a coin to Timora and get gold aplenty. I
Um,
feel like you do toss a coin to your Witcher parody, is all I'm saying.
sure.
Hello?
But yeah, the Maidenhead is definitely Timora. Hold on, trying to get an image.
General Kenobi.
There we go. Here we go. Use this. This is Timora
Oh.
in all of her regal glory. All right, cool. And as you approach, the two bouncers kind of bar the way up the ramp, and they look you up and down, and they say, "Welcome to Chatner's Casinos. Is this your first time?"
Aye.
To the casino, yes.
Hmm.
To the chat, no.
To the chat, no.
Yes, everyone's heard of him. But if you're here to gamble, then please stick to the top floors. If you're here to drink and join the band or in merriment, that's the second floor. And if you're here for other needs,
Oh.
then you will need to be. Well, first of all, they kind of look you all up and down, and they say, "Have you got any identification?"
Yes, we all do.
Not asking for a visa or anything, but you look a little young. How old are you? They kind of point towards Andy.
Excuse you?
She's just got a wee baby face. She's actually one of the greatest performers in the land.
That's not what I asked. I asked how old you are.
I'm 21.
He rolls an insight.
I'm sorry, all I can imagine.
22 by now.
Hmm,
No,
alright.
no. How old am I?
She got dementia.
You-
Wait,
Hey,
no,
hold
she'd be 20. She'd be 20 because she was 19 when I created her. So
Right.
she'd be 20.
Alright. Yeah, they simply ID you at the door. That's pretty much it. You do all pull out your visas anyway, and they're like, alright, fair enough.
I could lie
Now,
there.
question, you've told us to stick to floors, but what if we're here for all of the above?
Well, in that case, you'll be a welcome patron, I'm sure.
What
Sweet.
what does it take to get an audience with the Chad himself?
Be a good customer, spend lots of gold.
Who is
What
You'll
if
get his
chat?
attention pretty quickly.
What if you're an old friend or acquaintance?
He's got many friends, and one's probably closer than you. But I'll say this. He is a bit of a... He does fancy himself a bit, so you can expect him to be on the stage at some point throughout the night, retelling the story of his great campaigns through song and dance. But for that, you'll probably need to stay in like through the lock-in.
Wait, so you know this chat now?
You
Yeah,
work
No, not you, Llewellyn. I'd be very surprised if you did.
I'm pretty sure Llewellyn's mentioned Chad before. Something about a barred off.
And
There's a
he
bar.
owns casinos.
Apparently.
Apparently. I know people in places, okay? And
And you've
we
probably already beeline to the stage by this point.
weirdly, like when we were trapped in the wheat prison, we sort of converged in some sort of weird dream state. It was a weird
That's
thing.
nice.
Yeah. Anyway,
You coming in or going? Because this is.
Ah, yeah, sorry, I just realized there's a queue.
First round is ready! Bring it to
at
the
this-
stage! Gone.
Yep.
At this point, as you're going up the ramp, in fact, let me just drag you guys on. I
We got a map?
didn't even.
yeah.
Yeah, we got a map.
He spent
Yeah,
all
we got
the
a
time
map.
on this, apparently.
We got maps out the
Pretty cool.
wazoo.
Chris is literally just like, what do you take me for?
Dude, like this is. I've been working on this for so long.
You think Guardian fleshed out?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, Guide is not fleshed out, but we're going to be in the casino for the next like 10 sessions.
Just as you're about to go through, and they do they do kind of like check over your equipment and weapons as you're going in, but they don't seem to confiscate anything. They just look you up and down, sort of taking note of it. So hold on, I think I got everyone.
60%.
Oh yeah, no, this might take a while. As you're about to go up the ramp and inside, you suddenly see a very jubilant-looking, human male, and he's got this little tiny pencil mustache, tiny goatee. He's got this large tunic with like big puffy sleeves, and he's got a lute in hand. And he's not playing it right now. He's got like a small little nobleman's beret with like a feather sticking out of it as well. And he sees you coming up the ramp. And he says, "Oh goodness! That's not how you sell the casino, Ozers. Please, you've got to be more merry. Put on a smile. Put on a show for them. This is Chatney's casinos. They should be hyped. They should be skipping up the ramp."
Is he talking to like the big grunts with like the security bands around their?
I'm gonna tell you right now, what they did got us into the casino. What you're doing right now is making me want to leave.
Nonsense.
The day you see skipping is the day I probably burned down most of the world.
I mean, they did tell us where to gamble, where to drink, where to dance, and where to do illegal activities.
Yeah.
So they already sold it.
Illegal activity? Goodness,
He
what do you take us for?
he said other activities, if you know
He
what
simply
I
means
meant.
pleasures of the flesh.
I understand now. I thought it was drugs.
Information.
Thank
No,
you.
there's nothing illegal here.
Information is
first.
to bring.
A pleasure to meet you all. You can call me Chester.
Did you
Chest.
just say Chester?
Chester Decker. You've heard of me?
Wasn't that the name of your
Are you a
mimic?
mimic? Yeah.
That was the name of my mimic, yes.
No, and not that I last checked, but I could be wrong.
I'm gonna poke him regardless, just to find out if he's sticky.
Cool. I'm not sticky, but then again, if you go around the third floor, you might end up.
No.
Anyway, so,
Where's
it
the
is
bar?
time
Where's the bar?
for me to introduce you to all of the wondrous game. What? Stop cringing. He says, get your people in line. Are you actually on the map now? No, you're not. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah. The character sheet.
Oh
Just
no.
waiting for the villain. Where are you?
It's still not put me in. Everything's grey.
That's because you got. There you go.
Oh,
All right. And as you're approaching, those with keen eyesight, I'm gonna say probably Aris, you got high perception, and I think Irina as well.
Well,
Anyway,
My Eldritch Blast goes for like 120 feet, and I have
Sure.
super dark
you
vision.
see-
So.
You see, there's a cute little parrot on one of the masts just above the eastern casino level.
I shoot
And
it.
on the left, there is an owl that is perched on the other beam on the far west as well. And they kind of eye you, looking down. The owl looks a little bit more grumpy than the others, than the parrot does. And in fact, as you eye out the parrot, it looks more like, less than a parrot, more like a baby rock, like a fledgling rock. Anyway,
Oh, no.
okay.
Actually, my passive
And,
perception isn't that high. I thought it was. Mine's only
Okay.
11, I think.
Well, some of you notice it as you're looking up at the wondrous sights. And
About-
yeah, you can, if you're on the map, you can feel free to walk forward and
Ooh.
welcome to the casino. You need to have music. It's so good. There are a band playing at the top balcony on the right, and they have an explosive amount of energy for this time of the evening. And there are dancers,
She's not old enough.
spinning and twirling around. There are a number of patrons already gambling. There's a roulette you can hear as you enter in, it spins. You hear the rattling as the ball kind of spins around. You hear laughter, you hear drinks clinking together, and you hear even someone swear. Right next to you, there is a gymnast. Damn it! Bumps his fist on the casino table. Again? Really? What is my luck tonight? Chester says, now, please, remain jovial. This is a place for everyone to win. Now, if you wish to have a little rundown of each table, there's plenty of games, plenty of ways to get prizes. And if you were interested in the prizes, he points up the west and says, you can speak to Beeb Zamit. He is the one overseeing the prize list.
So is this kind of like we win games, we get tokens, we trade them for prizes sort of thing?
Precisely. You can buy Chad coins over by him, and then you can then gamble with Chad coins and exchange them for prizes.
I don't know if I like the name Shad coins. Whilst I get that sort of...
CC, they call it.
What?
CC, for sure.
Honestly, I much prefer CC. You get much more miles to the gallon that way. And I can't believe I managed to turn that into a joke. Yeah.
And of course, we have Chad near himself playing tonight. He'll be recounting the tales of the Forgotten Realm, or rather, the Broken Realm, as he may have tell them. But yeah, stay tuned for that. In the meantime, please mingle.
Is that some form of snakes and ladders right in front of us?
Oh no, this is Critter Races.
What?
It's a variant on that kind of thing. It's kind of like betting on a horse, sort of like that.
Oh,
You have like a ratio, and you place a bet on either the fox, pig, what else? There's even a badger you can bet on, and the odds of winning with a badger are 12 to 1. So
Wait, how come we were ID'd at the door because of our age? There's a child over there clearly with a fake mustache.
what? Oh goodness, him. He's an elf. He could be 700 for all I know.
So what you're
Is
saying
it?
is, if any of us had pointy ears, we'd be able to get in here easily.
No, we don't say. It's just hard. It's hard to judge an elf's age. Have you not seen how long they live for?
I mean, technically, I'm in my late 30s at this point.
Huh?
But, like, 9 of those years don't count, apparently.
Right, let's go speak to. What did you say the name of the person selling the CC was? I refuse to call them Chad coins.
Besmil.
Right, let's go speak to them and get some Chad coins, and then we can see.
Andy and Irina are heading for the staged area.
I'm kind of tempted to go to the bar and mingle with people.
Yeah. So
that's where we're heading.
Gareth, before everyone heads off,
Drinks
it's
and
just
music.
remember, whilst we're here to have fun, we're also here to get information. So keep your eyes open, keep your ears open.
We were told
possibly-
that some of the prizes were magical items, right? Right, I'm gonna kind of walk past where the prizes are and just try to scope out what's on there as well.
Yeah. As you look for prizes, Irina, you notice there is a glass cabinet with all of them there. I'd like to roll a perception check or even an investigation as well. You're looking at the prizes themselves.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want both or just one?
Either one. Okay. You can quite clearly tell all of the magical items behind the glass cabinet are actually, in fact, illusions. You can just sort of see through them. There's a slight transparency to them. And as the light kind of filters and flickers through it, you can see it kind of, there's no shadow behind them.
Is Chester still around?
He is.
I'm assuming that's for safety.
Ah, precisely. How astute of you. It takes a keen eye to notice these are clearly not the real.
Well, I mean,
prizes
if you're
on
gonna put prizes up, like, it's either a con where you're like, oh, they were never real to begin with, or, it's there because, they're that valuable.
If it was the former, we would have plenty of trouble on our hands. But of course,
Which is why I like to give you the benefit of the doubt.
we're not stupid enough to have prizes worth thousands of gold on display behind a flimsy glass cabinet.
We did that with the more dangerous artifacts, I can understand that.
There are magic users abound, and trust me, I have a keen eye myself. Any nonsense with magic, and I will be right on your tail. And he strums his little his little lute as he does, and casts a spell that most of you recognize. He casts Detect Magic, and he gives you a small sly wink. I'm
The
on to
urge
you.
to just counter spell that just for the hell of it, but no.
I actually love his picture, by the way.
Alright, the only magic I use is my personality.
Ah, that's what we like to hear. All right.
Drinks.
Feck.
Prizes.
There's all kinds of. Want to play some blackjack?
Well,
You
first
didn't
things
describe
first.
the prizes to me.
Oh, alright. Okay, so the prizes. Here we go over them. Let's have a look at the prizes. So we've actually got a table to give you guys. Alright. So in items directory, you will find Chad's Casino's prizes, which I'm about to reveal to everyone. Give permission, all players. Okay, actually, I'm going to tell you first of all and then reveal them after. So he says, hold on a minute. He strums his lute once again, and his voice begins to bellow louder than the rest of the kind of rabble that's talking. And it sounds like a speakerphone, almost like, attention, all casino patrons. We just want to remind you of the fabulous prizes that we have here on sale. You can gather up those coins and acquire yourself a robe of shadows. Or perhaps a ring of warmth is more your speed. Or if you're feeling really extra, a ring of spell storing might also pique your interest. We have a number of potions as well, from greater healing to resistances. And if you're the kind of more fightery type, we have many different bolts. And we even have just acquired a Jambia +3 as well, which is like a small dagger. And as you're looking at that, that sounds a little bit more unknown. It is kind of like this curved, small dagger, and it is completely encrusted in gold and gems. Perhaps you're the collector type. We have Ioun stones of protection, absorption, and even beads of force.
Ooh, beads of force. Now that's a tempting one. I like beads and beads of force.
Byron's just like, did he say beads?
Yep. And he says, or perhaps you're a much more orcish type, in which case we have wands of magic missiles, wands of wonder, and one of the most prestigious prizes here within Cad's Casino, Tome of Leadership and Influence. And a grand illusion appears of the spinning tome.
Wait a minute.
The artwork for this. Oh man. That is something which gives you +2 charisma, by the way.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know because I've had one in the past. But my question is, does more than one of them exist in the world? Because if so, that one doesn't work.
I'm gonna say because Cyrus had that and he blew up.
He says,
Estavia had that and read it.
So it won't be
my correction, Chester says, remember that Chadnir is a planar traveling bard. He has wonders from all over the different material planes, including one that potentially has not yet been discovered within this plane itself. Feast your eyes on what's known as a bag of holding.
Alright, how many tokens do we need for this thing?
He says that is the grand prize.
Of course
it
it
seems
is.
as though Chadnir, to spice things up a little, made this sort of mystery box. Mystery chest, that's right. Inside you can get skins, but also there are potentially a random treasure of Chadnir's choosing within the bag itself. Yep, he's made loot boxes. In this. Yeah. He says, who
Well,
knows?
the bag of holding still functions as a bag of holding, right?
It does, of course. Yes,
But
that
how
comes
many
with it.
coins do we need to win this?
Forward. Please, for any references to prizes, please go see, what's his name?
Behemoth.
Beebsamil. Beebsamil?
Is he new? You don't know his name very well.
I don't really care. Right. Anyway, please enjoy your time here and spend up those coins.
Yeah. Chris, just before we continue, because I'm intensely curious, this one on the top right, that's a game of D&D, isn't it?
Yes, it is. If you mouse over, yes, of course, try out our latest table, the Adventures League table.
It's got like a. I was looking at it, like I saw the token called DM, and then I zoomed in on it, and there's character sheets at the bottom, a DM screen at the top.
Yep.
D&D and D&D.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
there
makes
we go.
sense. Why the
You can
token
see
was
now-
named DM.
You should be able to see in the items directory there is now a folder called Chad's Casino Prizes, and they are all there.
Not too interested in the ammunition. The beads of. Ooh. Oh, but I've already got a belt. But that's a good belt. That's a really good belt.
Hmm. I do urge everyone to have a little look.
Sorry, where is it?
Items directory, Chad's Casino Prizes.
You have a tiefling here called Nowhere. My
Yep.
tiefling's name is Nowhere Special.
Wait, really?
Yes.
See,
Oh, wow.
see one of them for some reason their name's ringing a bell to me, and I can't think why. And it's Revia for some reason. That name rings a bell.
Yeah, because it's from.
You see that Revia over on this table is blind out drunk. They're completely unconscious.
Same with Yasin and Karak and. From his...
Yeah, they should be recognizable.
Oh, the Iron Stone of Absorption is so good.
It's also so expensive. So, this might not help you, but I'm going to tell you what it is.
The hell's the joke?
Do-do-do.
Curve night.
Ooh. Rover Shadows has a fun feel to it.
Yeah, the Robo Shadows is like a shadow meld ability. There are a number of doors as well that you can see around. Some of them are labeled, some of them aren't. The one you're standing next to, Irina, has a depiction of like a six-headed dragon on the front.
Okay.
Anyway,
I like the look of Robe of Shadows.
Yeah.
Same.
I really like the look
You
of that.
actually have to hit someone with the message bolt in order to deliver the message. So it's literally hurting them to send the message.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous. But
yes, they're a real comedy item.
The stuff of healing's kind of fun. The wonder of wonder is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
Janitor.
goodness me. There's a lot. There's a lot to look through.
There is. Oh,
For the
so-
Einstein of Absorption,
that's the one I'd want.
it's
It's so good.
I mean, yeah, there's loads of good items. Just to remind you, all of these are treasures that Chadney found on his own adventures through the Broken Realm.
I was half hoping his harp would be on display.
If some of these prizes seem a little bit steep, do bear in mind that you can trade in your own magical items, adding to the collection, and in return, perhaps earning some Chad coins as well. So, yeah, there is a place you can actually trade in magic items.
That's quite cool.
Do I'm full on achievements. Getting rid of the belt of Dwarvenkind for a belt of Fire Giant Strength. That would be tempting.
Yeah, there's one of those bad boys.
Wow, I didn't even see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which would be kind of awesome on Carrius because my melee attacks are strength based.
I've seen there's 5 items that interest me.
The tome would be awesome for me. Or
Can we go to the bar now?
Actually, the tome would be awesome for 3 of us.
So,
You can go.
if you want to go to the bar, just suggested, he gestures to this door over here. He says, if you're looking for the bar, my tabaxi friend, then head through these double doors and continue down the staircase. And there you can find the cafe.
Wait.
And Tishan, as you enter in through this double doors, you see there are a number of, like, there's 4 more gambling tables set out, and with 2 adventuring parties that seem to be piling in gold. Oh, where is he? In fact,
See these references.
there's one other character I need in here.
Must go see
I-
re-
There he is.
I somehow ended up in Chad's
What?
room.
Oh my god, yes! There he is, the man, the myth. Why has he got wings strapped to his arm?
Sorry. God knows.
By the way,
Why is Baba here?
Yeah, see, I saw this table and I was like, hang on, I recognise that style of icon.
It's Baba.
Wow.
Wait, Irina, I see you
Way back.
somehow moved into the...
I
somehow
don't
got it.
recognise anyone in here.
shall we take a break while Cam sorts stream out?
Oh, something
Sort
happened to the
stream
screen.
out.
It's only showing the background picture of Guidia,
Oh,
so no one can see what's going on here right now.
Odd.
I've also somehow ended up in Chad's office.
How? Oh. God. Hey, you're not allowed in here.
I don't know how I got there.
You went through the door.
Yep. Apparently that door's not locked.
Not sure.
Yeah. So, now
wow,
we're on.
it's...
You get escorted out by a skeletal figure, by the way. And it does look like you did see, as you opened the door slightly by accident, Cadnir is indeed sitting there with his gold lush.
Guys, we will be right back in just a moment. I'm just going to restart the stream, and hopefully we should actually have some visuals. Sorry about that. I did not realize. Back in a second.